drop any comment or give me so that I'll be sure that you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me, just react or do anything in the comment section so that I'll be sure that there are people that can hear me. All right. Thank you so much, Miriam. It's good to have you all on the call. All right. We are close to, let's say, 30 people on the call. Okay. This is a fantastic session where we're going to be discussing about where and how to find work from home jobs in the UK, US, and of course, in Canada. Okay. And for you to be here today, 27th December 2025, I'm sure it's not an easy one because many of us have traveled to do dates in December. Many of us have, are still celebrating with family. But for you to make out time to be here today simply means that there is a reason, there is something that you are personally also looking for. All right. So if you know anyone that is going to benefit from the conversation that we are having today, all right. If you know anybody, your family member, your friend, even your worst enemy, please feel free to share the link to this conversation with them so they can also be able to join us and also get to learn what you're about to talk about. Okay, in the next 45 minutes, 1 hour, I promise you, we should be rounding up so that we can go back to the celebration that we are all already into. Okay, but before we jump right into this conversation, I'd love to know you and also get to know where you are joining us from. Okay, so simply type in your location, country, your name that you're joining us from so that we all can get to know each other. Let's do that within the next 1 minute and then we'll jump right into the session immediately. Okay, I can't see any comments yet. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, we're trying to introduce so that we get to know each other. I can mention, Olu, okay, fantastic. Olutayo from Canada, Christy from Guyana. Wow, Guyana, this is the first time I'm seeing that. I'm seeing Abibat joining from Canada as well, Linda from United Kingdom, Olamide from Canada, Amina from United Kingdom, Abdurraf from United Kingdom, Mosun Ola from Lagos, Nigeria, Miriam from Southeast in the United Kingdom as well, and also Ayodele from Canada. So we have people from Canada. We have someone from US. We have people from Nigeria. We have Kumasi from Lydia. That should be from Ghana. We have Cassandra from United States. So we have 5 countries fully represented here right now. This is to show you how vast and how well conversations like this can actually make you to connect with people. Okay, because by joining this conversation, you're already relating with people from diverse countries. And this is the beauty of tech. Okay, we'll have Edith Young also joining from the Netherlands, as well as Fisayo from Canada, Daniel from Nigeria. Fantastic. It's good to have you all on the call today. So we're going to jump right into the conversation. If you can see my screen clearly, you're going to see someone jumping from 2025 into 2026. All right, so for the last couple of days, what most people have been trying to do is to figure out to do vision setting, vision board, goals, and several things. Most important thing is taking action, because if you're in 2025 and you're simply planning all those things without taking that leap, you're still going to remain where you are. All right, my name is Chukwuemeka, and who exactly is organizing this event? So we are Analytics, and we're the leading educational technology company that's helping people to break into several tech career paths. And we've been doing this for the last 5 years, helping close to 30,000 people move from our classroom into landing several jobs across UK, US, Canada, and of course, Europe and Africa and Asia. And we do this in 10 basic career paths. And I'm going to explain to us the reason why we just have that 10 career paths that ranges around cybersecurity, DevOps engineering, data science, agile project management, data analytics, data engineering, and others. And how exactly do we do this? Okay, so we bring in experts that are already working in the field to come back to classroom to teach you using their own real life experience. So when they are working on real projects, you are working on that project that they're also using. Okay, so this is how you build your experience. This is how you also, when recruiters try to tell you, oh, you need to have several years of experience, how do you learn and build that same experience at the same time? So that's the gap that we are trying to bridge for these last 5 years. And who am I that's been speaking to you for the last 5 minutes? So my name is Chukwuemeka Iba, and I'm the CEO of Analytics. And I have over 10 years of experience in career development and, of course, tech industry insights. I've worked in the financial service sector, I've worked in the capital markets, I've worked in hospitality, and presently I am in the educational technology space. Before now, I used to be a business growth consultant in the hospitality space, and also a data analyst in the fintech industry, head of control in the fintech, governance, risk and compliance specialist in the banking sector, presently a talent development consultant for Africa and also Europe. So please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn at Chukwuemeka Iba or Instagram at Iba_Chooks or Twitter at Emeka_Highs. So we're going to jump right into the conversation. If you're just joining us, please there's an attendance form that my colleagues are dropping in the comment section. So it's very, very important that you fill that attendance form. So we have a package for your Christmas package that you're going to enjoy, because several things that we're going to be discussing, different places you can apply to jobs. It's important that you can easily have it on your own slide. So we're going to share the slide with everyone, and we're also going to share the recorded version of this conversation with everybody. But for us to do that, we need to also be able to communicate with you. So please, let's make sure that we fill the attendance form that my colleague Oluwaseyi just dropped, so that by the end of the conversation, we can easily be able to get in touch with you. All right, so let's get started immediately. I hope we are ready, or are we still eating Christmas jollof? Are we still celebrating from anywhere you are? I hope you are ready for this conversation that we're about to jump right into now. So first thing I want all of us to understand is that there is simply one difference maker between what happened in 2025 and what is going to happen in 2026 for you. Okay, what happened in 2025 and what is going to happen in 2026 depends 100% on you. So if everything that you did in 2025 is still how you are going to approach 2026, there's high possibility that your result is not going to be different. So first thing I want everyone on this call to approach this from is to, I want you to change your mindset entirely and be honest to yourself about the lies that we tell ourselves. So we're going to look at a couple of lies that we tell ourselves, and then the question that you are going to answer is, how do I solve these lies that I keep telling myself? Okay, you have to look at the lies that you're telling yourself and then find out how exactly can I break out from this chain of lying to myself. Okay, because if you do not, those limitations are constantly going to be existing there. Okay, because these are simply self-sabotage, that's what we call it. And for you to be able to break free and move into 2026 and move forward, you need to be able to answer critically whether these questions are actually very, very okay for you. So first one I want all of us to demystify for ourselves is, when I have more money. So for instance, many of us right now, I'm sure we are looking to achieve several things going into 2026, possibly, I want to break into tech. When do you want to break into tech? When I have more money. Oh, I want to break into tech. When do you want to do that? When I have more time. Oh, when are you going to do this? When things calm down. When are you going to do that one? When I feel ready. So this is simply us dressing fear and using logic to answer it. Okay, so this is simply us redressing our fear and seeing it like logic when I have more time. So let me be honest with every single one of us, because I was in a vision board session yesterday, and someone asked us a very important question. Because most of us on the call, we were single. I think it was just two people that had partners. And then the question was, when do you think you will have more time? For instance, if you're on the call right now and you're single, when do you think you will have more time? Is it in 2026 when you are looking to partner up? Is it in 2026 when you are looking to give birth? Is it in 2026 when even your child will start crawling or maybe start running or start going to nursery? Okay, so you realize that the easiest time, the best time that every single one of us always have is always right now. Okay, tomorrow, something that is even higher than what you are right now is going to become part of your life. If you are single right now, tomorrow there is going to be a partner. If you have a partner right now, tomorrow your plan is to at least have a child. So it simply means that that moment of when I have more time, it may not actually come. Right? So that your plan of when I have more time, it may not actually come, because when exactly do you think everything is going to calm down and you have more time? Now, for more money, there's possibility for more money to happen. Sorry, can we hear me, guys? Can we all still hear me? Can we all still hear me? Okay, I think yes, because I think my second screen just went blank. All right, thank you so much. Now, when exactly do you think you are going to have this more time? It's just a fallacy that we create for ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to bring back my screen so that I can be seeing what we are talking about. It should be back. Okay, fantastic. So once you are able to redress this, your fear, and answer those questions for yourself, that is you making headway going into 2026. But if you are moving into 2026 with that same mindset of, I want to break into tech when I have more time, that more time may not come for you. When things calm down, it may not come for you. When I feel ready, it may not come for you. Because as a human being, Constantly, we are on the move. Oh, this time around, I'm doing my master's. Next year, I want to approach my PhD. Next one, several activities. So that simple time that you are looking for may not actually come. All right. So after this session, I expect us to leave this conversation with three basic things. Okay. Number one is for you to understand where and how you can be able to land all these remote jobs that we're talking about. And then number two is for you to also understand the 2026 area of focus. Okay, then number three is also for you to understand how to position yourself and, of course, package yourself for every single one of them. How do you position yourself? How do you package yourself for those opportunities? And if there's something else entirely that you'd love to take out from this conversation that is not here, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. And I'm going to make sure to pick it before we are done with everything that we're talking about. Okay, so first thing is, if you're on this call right now, and you've not seen the direction that the world is tilting towards, then there is a big problem. All right. If you've not noticed that, oh, the world is tilting towards technology and, of course, artificial intelligence, then there is a problem that you have. It is not a problem that we can solve. It's a problem of you being self-aware of your environment. Okay. And all these things, they are going to kick off massively come 2026. Okay. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do I have what it takes for me to be able to position myself for this 2026 shift that is currently going to happen? Do I have what it takes for me to position myself for the shift that is going to happen come 2026? All right. So according to the World Economic Forum report, not my own proposition, but what World Economic Forum report said, 92 million jobs globally will be remote or digital first. Okay, so when you get the slide, I'll add, once you click on this picture, it's going to take you to the World Economic Forum data and easily be able to read it up yourself. Do not take my word for it. Make sure you do your own research. What they said is that by 2026, 92 million jobs are going to move towards being remote or digital first. So the first question you need to ask yourself is this: what I am currently doing right now, can it be done digitally? Can it be done remotely? And if the answer is no, then there is need for you to start looking toward the direction of how do I position myself to be able to make this switch? Okay, there is need for you to ask yourself that question. I think when I joined this course, someone asked a very important question. And funny enough, that question is part of what I'm going to address first. The person said, okay, I'm looking for the question. If someone in the health space can actually make this transition, okay? And funny enough, first thing I have on my slide is Evelyn. Okay, Evelyn moved from being a nurse to becoming a data engineer. After 15 years of practice, she came to us and mentioned, oh, I want to move away from medical line. I want to be able to be closer to home and do things that should allow me time to be with my family. And we looked at her own initial experience and figured out that Evelyn will suit perfectly into data engineering. Same thing happened for John. That also used to be a medical doctor, but right now he is working as a data analyst. And Tony as well. Tony used to be a pharmacist and is also working as a data analyst. You know, one major thing that people have not realized yet is that there are several career paths in the health space that need data understanding. For instance, I'm sure many of us here who may have heard about clinical analysts, that this place that are looking for a clinical analyst, or they're looking for a health informatics officer. Now, all these different career paths are simply a combination of people that have health understanding and data understanding. So if you're a health, let's assume you used to be a pharmacist and you now decide to move towards data analytics, of course, can easily move towards clinical analytics, can become a health informatics officer. So all those different career paths, all those different jobs that we see that is adding technical things into what the health guys are doing, that is your own pathway to transitioning into tech. Okay, so this is looking at it from the science and medical career path. Now, this is not just it. Many people also ask, is it only people from the science background that can make this switch? No. We used to have Temi. Temi used to be a lawyer, but Temi transitioned to become a business analyst. All right. Ngozi used to also be a customer service person, but she transitioned to also become a business analyst. Same thing for Abigail. Abigail used to be a care worker in Saskatchewan in Canada, and she moved to become the business analytics manager with the government of Alberta in Canada. So all these things are possible. But first thing is that you need to identify where your own career path is tilting you towards. So when we mention where and how you can actually be able to apply to these jobs, first thing you need to also identify is where in tech do I have the transferable skills into? So one major mistake that many people always make is that, oh, my friend mentioned that cybersecurity is the best new thing. I want to get into cybersecurity. But you and I know that you are running from calculation, that you don't like mathematics, you don't like anything technical. So that means that once you move into cybersecurity, there's high possibility that you're going to drop off along the line. But if you now find out a career path in tech that suits you, that you have a transferable skill into, it's going to be easier for you to make that switch. Right? So Ikmat's own story is very, very beautiful. Before we're done with this session, I'm going to play her own video. So what Ikmat mentioned is that she used to be a full-time stay-at-home mom. She didn't have any career path, whether it was science or arts. She didn't have any of those. But when she came to us, we were able to find a career path that suits her own place and where to get into. So the easiest way for you to make this switch is what I'm about to walk us through now. I hope we are all ready for me to do this technical explanation. So let's assume, let me look through this comment section and see who I'm going to use as an example. Let me see the last chat. Okay, Ennis, Esther. Esther is the last person that messaged here. All right. So let's assume that this is Esther. All right. And Esther used to be a teacher back in South Africa. All right. This is Esther. And Esther used to be a teacher back in South Africa. Esther used to be a teacher in South Africa. And she has moved right now to Canada and she wants to be able to break into the tech career path. So she's looking for the career path that suits her own line. So what Esther needs to do is to look inwards, look at every single thing that she did while functioning as a teacher. For instance, as a teacher, she's had instances where she interacted with the students. She's had instances where she also interacted with the parents. And of course, she's had instances where she interacted with the management. Now, these three different guys, in the context of tech, we're going to call them stakeholders. So by virtue of Esther doing all this activity, it means that she's done what we call stakeholder management. Stakeholder management. So if Esther is looking to break into tech, first question she needs to ask herself is, what aspect of tech has stakeholder management as part of the skills that you need to have? So when you look at every single one of all those different tech career paths, you're going to realize that the best career path that this tilt towards is what we call business analysis. So if Esther wants to break into tech right now, it's going to be easier and faster for her to make the switch into tech through business analysis than saying, oh, I want to go through cybersecurity. So what this simply means is that she has transferable skills towards business analysis, right? She has transferable skills towards business analysis. And when she goes for a job, when she applies to any job, she can comfortably also say, oh, when I was in South Africa, I've actually carried out stakeholder management. When I was working with this school, I did this, I did that. And all those things are you leveraging your Okay, I think I dropped off there for a moment. Please confirm that we all can still hear me again. Fantastic. Fantastic. But do we understand the example I am trying to give? Do we all understand the example I am trying to give? Are we all still here? Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Do you all understand the example I was trying to give? Okay, fantastic. I can see some hands dropping. Now, someone should please feel free to drop your own career path. Let's look at it also and use it as an example before we move on. All right, drop your own career path. Let's use it as an example before we move on. Okay? Can someone drop their own career path? Let's use this as an example. All right. Customer service. Okay, I think that's the first one I saw there. I can see Christy, customer service representative. Fantastic. Now let's use Christy as an example. Okay, we may not be able to touch base with every single one of them right there. But what is going to happen is that we have a simulation that is going to be easier for you to also find out a career path that is meant for you. Okay, but let's use customer service as an example. So let me quickly clean my screen. Let me quickly clear my screen. So please, guys, bear with me. If there's little network glitches here and there, I think the network providers are still on holiday season. All right, so let me remove this and start afresh. Now, from what Christy just mentioned now, let's look at it from the context of a customer service person. Okay, so I'm going to call this Christy K, okay, as a customer service representative. Okay, so Christy has worked as a customer service representative officer. So by virtue of working as a customer service officer, what are the different things that Christy has been able to be exposed to? So number one is data. Number one is customer data. So I'm going to call this CD, customer data, because several times you are constantly gathering information from customers. You are hearing them, oh, I'm having this challenge, I'm having this issue, I'm having this, I'm having so on and so forth. So you are a working database. Okay, you are a working database. And aside that, you also look at Christy, and you're going to realize that Christy also has the experience speaking to people because consistently, because customers are going to be reaching out to you. Christy has that eloquence with regards to speaking or communication. So speaking and communication. So what Christy is going to now look at is all these several experience, all these past inherent skills that I have. What aspect of tech are they actually easier for me to utilize them in? What aspect of tech can I easily be able to use them in? Now, one of them, because of this customer data, for instance, every now and then, you need to always look at customer data to make sense of what is there and bring out insights. So this gives you direction towards data analytics. All right, speaking and communication gives you direction towards business analysis. Because as a business analyst, consistently you are expected to be speaking to every single stakeholder that exists in your company. So when you now decide to move towards data or business, if you've decided, oh, and I think I'm okay with analytical, or I'm running away from speaking to people. So you're going to now look at those differences and be able to make your decision. You're not going to realize that, oh, because I don't want to constantly be speaking to people, I don't love speaking, I'm not an easy communicator, let me go towards data analytics. When you move towards that direction, you can always still reference your past experience as a customer service officer in the data analytics space because consistently you've worked with data. So it means that your initial experience as a customer service officer is not a waste, Christy. That simply means that what you need to now do to reposition yourself is to remodel the title, possibly a customer analyst. All right, customer analyst, that is the title you are going to now be moving with. That's your initial experience. But remember, now is actually the time that you are learning data analytics. So let's assume that you started CSR as far back as 2020. Let's assume that you started this as far back as 2020. And now is the time that you're trying to break into tech. Simply means that you can still leverage your initial experience from 2020 and mention that you are already in tech, which means you have 5 years of existing experience in the tech space. So this is how you easily transition to the tech space. And this is also how you can also be able to reference your initial years of experience and use it to break into tech. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone right now. Are we all following? Are we all following to this very moment? Christy, are you even still on this call? Christy, are you still on this call? Okay, I think she just responded. All right, fantastic. All right, yes, it makes sense. Fantastic. Now, for everybody on this call, we're going to have a quiz. Now, after you are done taking that quiz, it's going to give you the aspect of tech where you have your possible transition into. Now, this is the easiest way for you to break into tech. Ignore the noise that you've heard. Ignore that, oh, cybersecurity is where the money is, data engineering is where the money are, and so on, several other things. If you do not have the transferable skill, you are going to take longer. You are going to be required to put in more effort before you can actually be able to make that same breakthrough. Now, this is the same process that when Mary came to us around 2024 November, and we had to walk her through her own past experience, find out where she decided to, and realized that business analysis is her own actual career path. She landed a job in March 2025 and got her own letter from the Home Office rather, for her own COS. So all these things are possible. But if you have the time and you want to now be, oh, I want to go into something else entirely, I want you to note that it is going to take you more time and more effort. So all these things I'm saying doesn't mean that if you have the passion to go into cybersecurity or data engineering or any of the tech career paths, but you lack a transferable skill that you cannot get into it. You can get into it, but it is going to take you longer. It is going to require more effort and it's going to require more time from you. I hope that makes sense to every single one of us. I hope that makes sense to every single one of us. Now, when you've now realized the career path that you can easily get into, next thing you can now do is, how do I learn it? For instance, Christy right now, we've identified that Christy should go into data analytics or business analysis. So she can't just move us right now and mention, oh, let me start applying to business analysis role. Okay? Because she's not yet fully immersed in that aspect of the tech space. So which means that she needs to learn that career path. Okay? She needs to learn that career path. And then after learning that career path, that is where packaging comes in. Your CV optimization, your LinkedIn optimization, you're working on your portfolios, mentorship session, interview preparatory services, and of course, job references and on-the-job support. All these things are part of packages that you are going to be getting from us. Okay, then you now move to the phase of applying to the jobs. Okay, once you are able to move through these three different steps, you are definitely going to land a job. Okay, you are definitely going to land a job. I hope we are all following. So it's just three different steps: learn, package, apply, and you're going to move to that step of you've landed a job. I can see that someone also mentioned I'm a care worker, and I think I'm going to use that one as an example before I move on. I'm a care worker. I'm looking to going into health informatics. Fantastic question, Chini, or fantastic comments there. Now, if you joined earlier, I mentioned that if you have any health experience, you've worked in a health environment, the easiest way for you to break into clinical analytics, health informatics officer, pathological analysts, all those different health analytical roles is for you to move into a career path called data analytics. So data analytics and your initial understanding of health, the infusion of both of them together is what you need for you to actually be able to break into those health tech roles, right? Juliet used to be a HR in Nigeria before she moved to United Kingdom. And when she got to UK, she was working as a carer. But she also needed something that is different. So when she came to us, we realized that even though she's working as a carer, by virtue of being a HR back in Nigeria, she has transferable skill towards business analysis. So she landed a job in March of 2024, packaged herself, applied to jobs. So her own story is actually very amazing, because when she landed a job, she was working from Huddersfield, UK, for a company in the United States. Okay, so she was in UK, but she landed a job from a company in US. So all these things are possible. But first thing is finding that place that you have your transferable career path into, learning the skill, packaging yourself, and simply applying to the jobs. Okay, I can see a couple of questions dropping in. I'm going to try and answer them as we move on. And also things that I have on my slide is also going to answer most of them. But please, let's ensure that we are filling the attendance form from my colleagues, Lydia and Oluwaseyi, so that by the time that we are done, I can share this slide with you and also share the recorded version of this conversation with every single one of you. Okay, can you do one for someone transferred from a marketing executive but never dealt with campaign? Marketing executive but never dealt with campaign. Okay, all right, that's a challenge, but let me try that before we move on. All right, so let's say this is Abby. Abby, this is you. EBB, all right? Marketing executive. I'm going to short form it, marketing exec. Now, as a marketing executive, what are the different things that you've actually been able to encounter while working in that capacity? So I don't know the extent of what your role entails, but from my own understanding of marketing executive, I don't know whether it's from the sales background, okay, from campaign. You never did the campaign, which means you've been involved in some marketing with maybe SEO marketing, of those different aspects of marketing. Now, let me approach it from SEO, because I think someone also mentioned something about optimization. When you are looking at SEO optimization, first question you need to ask yourself is, what does optimization mean? Which means you are trying to improve something from level 1 to level 2. All right. Now, let me also put it from other aspects in marketing. Which other aspects do marketers do? Let's also look at, do you run ads, Ebi? I mean, this is where question comes in. Have you ever been involved in running ads? It's very important that I also have a couple of information. But let me add ads management to part of the things that I've done before now. Now, all these little activities, you now have to ask yourself, for me to optimize some SEO keywords for a company to be seen, for you to be, if someone is making a search, you're going to be top of mind. It means that you have understanding towards building up product. I've not done ads, but I've done brand management and social media management, etc. Okay, if that makes sense. That makes sense to me, Abby. That makes sense. Brand management, social media management. Okay, let me add that as both of them are inclusive as brand management. Now, let me capitalize on brand management because that is where your own specialty is. As a brand manager, what exactly do you do on a day-to-day basis? One is that constantly you are relating with the brand themselves. Let's assume you are marketing, you're the brand manager for, which company am I going to use now? Nescafe. Yeah. Let's assume you're the brand manager for Nescafe. As that brand manager, you are interfacing with your own connection inside this company. That's your stakeholder one. As a brand manager as well, you are also working with your copywriters, your designers, your visual guys, and several other people. So let's call this guy to be people that exist in your agency. Okay. And then, of course, as a brand manager, even though you've not done campaign, there are some instances where you are going to be involved in planning with even people that is not of the organization. Let's say the customers. Because for you to manage a brand, you need to also understand what's the customer perception towards what they're trying to do. And let's call these the customers. So are you seeing how I was able to break brand management into, you have a stakeholder, which is the brand themselves. You have the agency, which is also a different stakeholder. And then, of course, the customers. And then as a brand manager, your responsibility is, how do you make these three guys happy? And this is simply stakeholder management. So many times when we are looking to break into tech, what you've done before actually exists in tech, but just like not seeing the correlation towards that aspect of tech. So every single thing I've identified now means that you've done stakeholder management. You managed stakeholders, you've managed brands. And this is simply what business analysts also do. Because consistently they are interfacing with different stakeholders to improve and optimize the different processes that exist in the business. So, Abby, from your own explanation of what we've seen now, you should move towards brand management. You should move towards business analysis rather. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, for everybody, we may not be able to do it one for every single person here. But there is a quiz that we have here that once you are able to go through that quiz, you are going to identify the career path that you have transferable skills into. But first thing I want every single one of us to also understand is what we've done from our own side is to analyze the different job boards that are out there. LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, Google Jobs, every single one of them that I can think. We do this every quarter. And what we always try to find out is which job had the highest number of posting or highest number of vacancies for the last quarter. We're going to identify them. Okay. And after doing that analysis, we now pass it through what we call the World Economic Forum report with a singular aim. Out of all these jobs that we've identified, which one is the World Economic Forum report saying that in the next coming years, it is still going to be very, very relevant? Because you don't want to move towards a career path that in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, something is going to take over your job. No. And then after that, we'll now move it through the last phase of regional analysis. For instance, if you're in United Kingdom, is there a career path that can get you a skilled worker visa? So with the entire immigration changes that is happening before now, with a job of RQF of level 3, you should be able to land a visa. But right now it has moved to RQF of level 6, which means the career path you're looking to get into should at least be minimum of RQF of that level 6. And then next one, through the US environment, is also amongst the jobs that has highest H1B acceptance rates. Okay, I know there's a lot of news and noise around what is happening with H1B visas, okay, but people are still getting it. And it also makes opening for people that are not even in the United States because companies may not be willing to pay $100,000 to bring in someone on H1B visa, which means it makes opening for them to hire remotely you that is still present in the United Kingdom, or you that is in South Africa or Nigeria or anywhere you are. And then also from the Canadian landmark is also part of the career path that can get you the highest provincial nominee programs that we always have every now and then. So after all these different analyses, that was how we arrived at these 10 different career paths. Number one is business analysis. Number two is data analytics. Number three is data science. Number four, we have agile project management. Then we have data engineering. Then we have cybersecurity. We have HR analysis, product design. Are we all still following? Are we all still following? Are we all still following me to this very moment? All right. Okay, yes, we are, Christy. All right. I don't know. My second screen is not agreeing with me today. So I'm struggling. It keeps going on and off. Like I mentioned, after those several analyses, that's how we arrived at these 10 different career paths. Business analysis, data analytics, data science, data engineering, agile product management, cybersecurity, HR analysis, financial analysis, DevOps, and then product design. All right. So quickly, off the top of your head now, which one do you think you can actually get into without knowing what each of them entails? Which one do you think you can get into? Let me see people that already have a career path that they are tilting towards. Which one do you think you can get into easily off the top of your head? Definitely BA for me, like you shared. Okay, Abby, your own is a different case because we've already identified your own career path. All right, I can see a couple of comments. Sawa, Elizabeth, data science, despicable project management, general data analysis, and Oluta agile project management. So it simply means that we all have different career paths that we have identified as where we can be able to get into. And for the people that are yet to identify them, they actually need to also be able to do. All right, just quick one. So let me bring back my screen for the last time, hopefully. Then bring back my screen for the last time, hopefully, and it doesn't go off. So I'm going to share a quiz link. And in that link, I expect us to actually be able to go through it and find out the place that we have transferable skills towards. Okay? And find out the career paths that we have transferable skills towards. My screen should be up in the next 1 minute. It should be back up in the next 1 minute. Okay, I can see also, if I'm saying being into teaching, currently into poultry farming, we move into data engineering. That is a long stretch, Ifoma. Okay, so I will also advise you to take the quiz. All right, I will advise you to take the quiz. But quickly, let me come back into the call. For some reason, like I mentioned earlier, my second screen is not agreeing with me today. So I'm going to bring it back up so that we all can actually be able to understand what and what we all need to do for us to be able to know the career. But how about health-related careers? How about health-related careers? All right, quickly, my screen should be coming back up. It should be coming back up just 1 minute. I'll be right back with everyone, okay? I can see the questions, I can see the comments. I'll be right back in the next couple of minutes. Okay, let me quickly join back so that we all can easily see my screen. Okay. Just 1 minute, let me join back, 924-5154. Sorry, this is what happens when we are trying to do some activities during the festive period. All right, just a minute. I should be back in with everybody with my second device again, 609 326. Okay. All right, please share. You make my second device a co-host so I can also be able to share my screen again. I think I'm back in right now. Okay, I'm back in. Now, before we move into looking at the quiz, I want us to actually have a look at what the World Economic Forum report is saying with regards to most of these career paths. Because one major mistake that people also do not know is how are these jobs going to be relevant in the next coming years? Okay, so in the next coming years, I'm looking to get into this, get into that. Is it going to be valid in the next 10, 3, 5 years? Okay, so what we've done is also to look at using the World Economic Forum report that they mentioned that in the next coming 5 years, 170 million jobs are going to be created. All right, 170 million jobs are going to be created fresh, and then 92 million jobs are going to disappear. So what you need to find out is how do you position yourself to get into the 92 million, the 170 million job that's going to be created. So can we all see my screen? On this left-hand side, we have career paths that is going to increase or that is in high demand, right? On the left-hand side of my screen, we have career paths that is in high demand, the fastest growing career paths as of today. Okay, now the first one that we are seeing here is big data specialists. Okay, you are seeing big data specialists, you are seeing fintech engineers, you are seeing AI and machine learning, you are seeing software application developers, and several different career paths. No screen seen. Please, guys, can we all confirm that we can see my screen? Can we confirm that we can see? I can see it on my second device, but Jolayemi seems not. You have to zoom. Okay, all right. I think you can see me now. Okay, please let's make sure we fill the attendance form so that by the time we are done with this conversation, we're going to share the slide with everyone. And also the recorded version of this conversation will be shared with everyone as well. Okay. Now, if you look at these red boxes, it is validating that in the next coming years, data engineers are still going to be very, very relevant in the job market. Right? It's validating that data engineers, they are going to be relevant. Now, the next one is the guys in the yellow boxes. You are seeing AI and machine learning. You are seeing data analysts and scientists. Also validating that in the next coming years, that these guys are also going to still also be relevant. Okay, a lot of people are saying they can't see my screen. Is this from my side or is it from your side? A lot of people are saying that they can't see this screen. All right, so quickly, let me also do this to be sure we can see it. Okay, I think it's from the people. It is from the people. All right, thank you, Shay. All right, now if you look at the second boxes, like I said earlier, you're going to see the data analysts and data scientists validating that it's going to be relevant in the next coming years. All right. And then you're seeing cybersecurity also being validated. You are seeing business analysis being validated, as well as product designers, DevOps engineers, HR analysts. So all those different career paths that we've identified, you can see that they are all within the left-hand side of my screen. And that means that they are all amongst the fastest growing career paths as of today. Okay, so if you decide to get into it, you are definitely on the right side. Now, let's look at the fastest declining career path. If you look at my screen again now, you're also going to see these guys that are on this last side, they're on this bottom side of my screen. Okay, now the one that stood out for me entirely is these guys that we call the graphic designers. All right, these guys that we call the graphic designers. Now, the graphic designers at the beginning of the year, we all were thinking, oh, nothing is going to happen. This is not real, and so on and so forth. But after a while, if you're active on Twitter, LinkedIn, all social platforms, you're going to realize that most of the images there, they are all AI generated. So it simply means that some of the activities that graphic designers can do, that is now being taken over by what AI is actually doing now. So it is affecting them. So what these graphic designers should now look to do is looking at, oh, which aspect of this growing career path can I actually easily get into? Okay, and when he looks at it, he's going to see that as a graphic designer, he has understanding of what we call visual communication. So which aspect of tech does visual communication form part of? That is where product design come in. Okay, that is where product design comes in. So it means that he or she, that is a graphic designer, needs to make sure that they move towards product design for them to be able to still be relevant in the next coming. Towards product design for them to still be very, very relevant in the next coming years. Okay, now let's move on. I hope that that makes sense to every single one of us. Now, after we've seen these different career paths, now let's try and find out which aspect of them can you easily get into. Which aspect of them can you easily get in? So this is where the quiz now come in. Okay, so simply click on the link that my colleagues just dropped in the comment section. When you click on the link, it's going to bring you to take this quiz with us. So quickly, I'm going to run us through it. So every single person that have not been able to look at their own personal career paths to find out what they're doing and several other things, this 2 minute quiz is going to give you a direction towards the aspect of tech that you need to get into. So once you click on it, it's going to bring you to this point where you have to click on discover your path. So next thing is click on let's go. Okay, it's going to ask you for your details, so that's going to personalize it for you. I've looked at mine. It says HR analysis. Fantastic. So if you've not done yours, please join me with regards to doing this now. So put your name, Chukwuemeka. My name is Chukwuemeka. Like we all know, last name is Eba. Mobile number. Okay, and then my email address is chukwuemeka at 10analytics.io. Okay, once you've done, validate and check this checkbox and simply click on next. So once you've done that, invalid email at 10analytics.io. Oh, I didn't add that. Click on next. And it's going to instantly take you to take the quiz with us. Okay, so if you've taken it already, you don't have need for you to retake it again. Please send the link again. Kindly send the link. Hi, Sheyi. Hi, Lydia. Please, let's drop the link for the quiz in the comment section. All right, so when you click on it, it's going to ask you a couple of questions. Now, this question is for you to understand things that you've done before now, understand your pathway to getting to the points that you are on right now. Okay, so I've clicked on mine and clicked on next. You can see the first thing it's asking me is, what's my current job situation? Okay, what's my current job situation? I can see I take care of people. You are a nurse, you're a caregiver, you're in healthcare. Mine did not bring anything after doing the quiz. Olutayo, that's strange. Okay, there's also possibility. I'm going to walk you through that, Olutayo. Just relax. I'm going to get to that. All right. So you can see it's asking you what's your current job situation. And also you have to answer it as honest and as truthful as possible. You're not lying, because if you lie, that means you're still telling yourself lies. Okay. I teach or train people. For me, this is the direction I'm going to go because I teach and train people. So I'm going to click on that. So when I click on it, next thing it's asking me is, it's a Sunday afternoon. What am I most likely to do? Okay, so let me quickly breeze through this. Okay, but for you, please ensure that you answer it accurately. Read through it and answer accurately. All right, but me, let me just quickly breeze through it so that I can have a response in the end. Okay, let me quickly breeze through it. I click on next. What matters to me right now? I've answered. What legacy do I want to leave? I'm answering. And then it's not asking me, forget logic. Which of these just feels right? Okay, even after looking at every single one of them, if you don't understand, you can see the last one, honestly, I am still confused. Simply select that also. And then click on tap here. Now, when you click on tap here, it's going to give you direction towards where you can easily be able to get into. Okay, simply click on tap here. All right, screen is frozen. Okay, that's strange. My screen is frozen. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I think it should be up right now again. It should be up now. I think it should be up. Can we all see it again right now? Can we all see it? Now, can see mine. I'm done with every single one of them, and it's pointing towards the direction that I am a builder. I should be looking towards DevOps engineering. You can see I'm directed towards DevOps engineering. From all the different, try refreshing your page if it is frozen. Okay, if it's your own screen, please refresh and start afresh. Okay, it's possibly your own network provider as well. Okay, refresh and start afresh. So you can see that my own career path is tilting towards I should go for DevOps engineering. Okay, I should go for DevOps engineering. Now, if after all this, you are not comfortable or you do not see that path for yourself, scroll down. You're going to see when you click on it, speak to a career coach. It's going to take you to a calendar link for you to book a one-on-one personalized conversation, okay, to find out the place that is meant for you. It's just a calendar link. It's entirely free. So don't be scared whether you're going to pay for it. It's entirely free. So once you click on it, you can easily now book on the calendar link different timeline that works for you when you want to speak to our own experts on what is the career path that you should be able to get into. Okay, so this is the calendar link. You can easily click on it, and then you can see that the next opening is on 29th. Once you click on 29th, you can now select a time that actually works for you. You can see 12 noon is open, 8 p.m. is also open. You can select the one that works for you and then click on next and then have that personalized one-on-one conversation with your own career coach. It's entirely free, so you don't have to be scared whether you're going to pay for it or not. So, but for all of us that have been able to finish and have a career path, which career path are we all tilted towards? Let's see it in the comment section before I move ahead. Okay, for people that have finished, which career paths are we all tilted towards? Agile Scrum Master. Okay, congratulations, Olutaya. You've seen. For others, have we not seen it yet? Have we not concluded the quiz? For others, have we not concluded the quiz yet? I can't see any. Okay, Onasaya mentioned business analysis. Fantastic. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. At least once I see like 3 people, I will know that they have a career path. Ige mentioned as a governor in the banking industry, career path we advise me to pick. Ige, all right. What you just provided for me now is not sufficient for me to give you a direction. All right. So it's important that you take the quiz for you to find that direction. That's what we've been talking about right now. Okay. The speaker will mention agile project management. Agile project management. Fantastic. One more person, and we're going to move ahead. Okay, Miss K, data analytics. Data analytics. Fantastic. Now, if you're just joining us, what we've talked about is that the easiest way for you to break into tech is to find a place that have transferable skills towards. Okay, and for you to find out, you need to be able to take this quiz and find the direction that you are tilted towards. Okay, if you're just joining, please make sure you fill the attendance form so that you will have access to the slide that we are using and also the recorded version of this conversation when we are done. So moving on, once you've identified the career path that you are tilted towards, next thing is for you to now know how exactly are you going to be learning? Okay, how exactly are you going to be learning? Now, the way we operate here is in two spaces, right? We have the in-class learning. So you are learning with someone in the class. Someone is teaching you live interactive conversation, right? Someone is teaching you in the class everything that you need to know regarding this career path that you want to break into. All right. Someone is teaching you in the classroom. All right, can we all still hear me? Someone is teaching in the class. And then the next one is now different watch me do it videos. So you have short bite videos that we expect you to watch for you to also understand the different aspects of what you are currently doing. Okay, remember what I said? Live classroom learning and then also different watch me do it videos that you are expected to now be able to go through. So it means that the same way I'm speaking to you right now, that is how someone is going to be walking you through all those different things that you need to know in the class, teaching you that if you have questions, the same way you're raising your hand, the same way you're asking questions, the same way you can actually be able to ask questions, and someone will be there to answer all those questions that we have. Okay. Now, one major mistake that we always make when we're looking to break into tech, like I mentioned earlier, is for us to be looking at it from the financial perspective. Okay. We are looking at it from the financial perspective. For instance, if you can see my screen, I'm going to notice that there is differences in the earning power of people here. Okay, there is differences in the earning power of people here. All right, quickly you can see that what a business analyst is earning is different from what a data analyst is earning, is different from what data scientist is earning, is different from every single one of their earning powers here. All right, now most mistake that we make is looking at it from this monetary perspective. Oh, data engineer is earning so and so. Let me go towards that direction. No. Okay. Now let me make us understand something. The beauty of tech is that every single people that you can see on my screen right now, they can all work in all the sectors of the economy. Now, let me ask us a question. If a data analyst is working in oil and gas, this data analyst is working in oil and gas, and this data engineer is working, let's say, in a government parastatal, who do you think is going to earn more? The data analyst working in oil and gas or the data engineer working in a government parastatal? Who do you think is going to earn more? Or Janet mentioned oil and gas. Fantastic. Olutaya mentioned oil and gas, and that is the beauty of tech. Now, your earning power is also a determinant of the sector of the economy that you're going to move into. All right. And the beauty of all these things we've been speaking about is that everybody that plays a role in tech can actually get into every single sector of the economy. As a data analyst, you can work in oil and gas, you can work in edtech, you can work in fintech, you can work in health tech, you can work in different agri-tech, every single where. And that same thing exists for every single one of them. So do not approach it from the finance perspective, rather approach it from your transferable skill perspective. I hope that makes sense to everyone. Now, in the packaging direction now, remember, this is where you are now packaging, you've learned the skill. How do you package yourself? I always mention to people that it is competence over credential. Okay, so before you even start packaging, you need to remember that you need to have that competence. There's a post that Elon Musk made earlier this year. He said that if you are a hardcore software engineer and you want to build the everything app, please join us by sending your best work to code@x.com. We don't care where you went to school or even whether you went to school or what big name company you worked at. Just show us your code. So what this translates into is simply that the era of certification is over. What everybody is looking for now is, do you have the skill and the experience? So what we do right here when you're learning with us is that you are going to be building your own portfolio to show these competencies. For instance, someone like Hope. Hope is already a certified project manager, but she didn't know how to use some tools as an agile project manager, like some project management tools. So when she came to us, she learned how to use Jira and others, and she landed a job instantly. But remember, she was already certified. So sometimes you even have the certificate, but what you need is the experience and the skill. That is why the first thing that you're going to be doing is to build a portfolio. So quickly, let me also show us a portfolio of a past student. All right, so when you click on this link, it's going to bring us here. So right here, I've seen that this portfolio belongs to a past student called Victoria Uchemado. And when she was learning, these are projects that she worked on. She worked on this Deep Care Hospital ER visit analysis. She worked on Redox Airline flight analysis. She worked on Express Tech food delivery. She worked on Nestle. She worked on Zenith. And all these are different sectors of the economy. Zenith is in the tech space. Nestle is in FMCG. Redox is in aviation. Express Tech is in supply chain. And the health is in the health tech. And when you click on any of them, it's going to show you the actual project that this individual worked. Now, quick question. Do you think that if someone like Victoria is coming to mention, oh, while I was consulting with analytics, I worked on the hospital ER analysis, I've worked on aviation data, I've worked on supply chain data. These are the works I've been able to do. These are the tools that I also use. And you are coming and you're mentioning, oh, I have experience. Okay, not that you have experience. You're coming to mention, oh, I have a master's degree from University of Hull. I have so and so degree from so and so place. Who do you think they are going to give the job? Victoria or you that is coming with a master's degree? So companies are going to align themselves to Victoria because of the experience and skill that she's showcasing. She can easily mention, oh, while I was consulting with analytics, I worked on the hospital ER analysis where I used Tableau to analyze the hospital data. So at that point, the number of patients that we had was 9,000, blah, blah, blah. And my pain point was, how do we reduce our average waiting time from 35 minutes then to 20 minutes? I did this, I did that, I did so and so, using Tableau Power BI to solve so and so. And in the end, we were able to arrive at an average waiting time of 25 minutes, which increased our hospital turnover. And because of that, it had a 10% increase in the year-end revenue. So when you speak like this, recruiters are going to know that this person have worked in a real life place. They're not coming to mention, oh, when I was in school doing master's University of Hull, we did something that relates to statistics. No, you are speaking from projects, you're speaking from experience. And these are things that recruiters constantly want to know. So while you are learning with us, you're also going to be working on several projects that is going to build up your own portfolio. Then after that, 2 months after you've joined, we are going to work on your CV, okay, and provide you with an existing CV that we just expect you to optimize and be applying to jobs. Then also walk you through how to optimize your LinkedIn. LinkedIn still remains the easiest, fastest, and cheapest means of hiring. Okay, then interview prep sessions. How do you speak during interviews? You've been asked a question about, tell me about yourself. How do you answer that question? There's a framework called the SEAT framework, which simply means skill, experience, achievement, and type of person. You've been asked, oh, Chukwemeka, tell me about yourself. Oh, I'm Chukwemeka, I'm a data analyst with 5 years of experience working with the health space, and I've had a 1-year stint within the educational space. All right, within all these spaces, I've helped this organization to optimize and improve their data science by 10%. And I consider myself to be the type of person that can work with a group of individuals and also can approach projects on a solo basis. So you've spoken from skill, experience, achievement, and type of person. And these are things that recruiters want to know. These are things that they want to hear. And when they also ask you a question about, oh, tell me about a time when you were working on a project and so happened, that is where the STAR framework comes in. Situation, task, action, and results. Situation is, oh, while I was consulting with analytics, I did this. So you can see that you can have a place to have as a base. So whenever you have an interview prep, you can easily be able to book an interview prep session with us, and we're going to prepare you for that interview using the job description that is provided to us. Then we also are able to provide you with job references and recommendation letters at any time that you need it. Then on the job support, you've landed a job, you're still struggling, we also are able to support you on that job. Weekly mentorship session and Upwork optimization. So all these are part of the packaging that you need also. So remember, first thing that we talked about is you need to learn the skill. Once you're done learning the skill, you need to package yourself. Once you're done packaging yourself, next step is now the application stage. Okay, next step is the application stage. And for the application stage, what we do is we scrape different job boards and provide you with those available vacancies. Okay, so we've done your CV. We are going to also teach you never to reuse your CV for 2 jobs. So, which means you need to learn how to tailor your CV down to the specific job that you are going for. And then we scrape different job boards and provide vacancies from those job boards for you. But now, the responsibility of applying to those jobs rests solely on you. So the responsibility of applying to those jobs rests solely on you. So where can you actually apply to these jobs? Some people do not know about we work remotely, Remote OK, Remote.co, Indeed, Wellfan, FlexJob, Glassdoor. All we know is just LinkedIn, right? But when you get the slide, simply click on any of them. Okay? For instance, let me click on Remote OK, and it's going to take you to the link where they also host jobs. It's easier for you to actually land remote roles using any of these platforms. You can see we are currently in remoteok.com to see the jobs that were even posted in the last couple of minutes. You can see this one came in 2 hours ago, and it's for a business systems analyst. All right, business systems analyst. You can see this one came in 5 minutes ago, and it's for a DevOps software engineer. Okay, so all these places are places that you can actually land your remote jobs from. But if you do not know about them, there's no how you can actually be able to utilize them. Okay, so please, let's make sure that we fill the attendance form so that we can actually be able to get the links that we have on this slide. Okay, so once you get it, simply go through every one of them. We work remotely, Remote OK, Remote.co, Indeed, Wellfan, FlexJob, and every single one of them. I think someone dropped a comment with Indeed. They take time to get back to me, and most don't at all. So is there any job website that are quick apart from Indeed, Miriam? Miriam, question is fantastic. The truth is that most job boards, they are going to take time depending on the organization and not depending on you. Okay, so it's not depending on the job platform, but on the organization. Remember, it is someone that hosted all those jobs on those platforms. So it's not a function of the platform, but a function of the company that you're applying to. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you that, oh, well-found respond faster or remote okay respond faster. No, because it's companies that is going there to host all those jobs. So it depends on the speed of the company. For instance, for our company here in Analytics, if I apply to job today, by next week we've already interviewed you. Whereas for a company I was with for a couple of years back, if you apply to a job, we're going to interview you like 1 month after. So all these things are now factors that is going to play a role. So these are places where you can now apply to all these jobs. Okay, remember, please make sure you fill the attendance form so that I can have access to this slide and be able to go through every single one of them. In summary, for all this I've been saying, learn the skill, package yourself, apply to the job. Once you're able to move through these different spaces, there is no how you are not going to land the job that you're looking for. But the challenge that we have is that most time we do it in reverse order. Maybe you are packaging yourself without having the skill. For instance, you've identified that you have a transferable skill towards business analysis. But instead of you to learn business analysis, you now went to start packaging yourself as a business analyst. There's going to be difference because you've not actually learned the rudiments of that career path itself. So once you've identified the place you have transferable skill into, next step is for you to learn the skill. Then after learning, you now move towards packaging and then applying to the job. So all these are success stories of people that have been able to make this same move before you. Okay, all these are all success stories. Can see Ikmat move from being a stay-at-home mom, Ramat move from being a customer service rep. We have Toyin that is a pharmacist. A lot of them. Lois used to be an accountant before she moved to business analysis. Okay, a lot of people. Oluwadamilare didn't have any experience in tech at all before she also moved to start working as a sustainability data analyst. So all these, they are all possible. But remember, first thing is for you to get the skill. Okay, if you lack the skill, you are going to lack the job. Okay, even if you enter through the back door, that is good, you are going to be found one. I hope I will be displayed as this soon. Oluta, of course. So the truth is that we don't display everyone. So, there are some people that will say, oh, please do not use my picture for anything. So once you communicate that to us, we are not going to display it. But for people that agree, because most time, for us to even speak to you, Lutayo, you always ask us, oh, has there been anyone that had the same experience? So that is why when your own becomes a success, please do not starve us of your own success story. Okay, so I'm communicating that to you firsthand right now. When you are successful, please do not starve us of your own success stories. Now, what skills must I have to land these jobs in 2026? I think I've started making this mistake already. This is supposed to be in 2026. Now, first one is I want to explain all these career paths for us to even understand what each and every one of them entail. So let's bring out our biro and paper because I'm going to be a little bit fast. Business analysts are simply people that come into organizations to improve and optimize the processes. So they're moving where the company is to be from level 1 to level 2. So if you're someone that you can easily interact with people, you can easily communicate, you don't have issues being in meetings, you don't have issues. For instance, one mission that used to be in audits. A good auditor can also function as a business analyst because what auditors are doing is constantly find the problem and profile solutions to the problem. And that's simply business analysis, looking at how do we improve these processes. Okay, so as a business analyst, you can see the first thing that you're moving into is Excel, Power BI, and Excel because you need to understand data. You need to understand data analytics. And then the next part is now process mapping, project initiation planning, and then agile and Scrum for projects. As a business analyst as well, you have a broad career path from project management. And then lastly, you have your core business analyst. So what this simply means is that when you are done training as a business analyst, you can apply to jobs as a data analyst, you can apply to jobs as a project manager, you can apply to jobs as a business analyst. I have a lot of success stories of people that passed through our business analysis program, but today they are data analysts. They passed through business analysis, but today they are project managers. And also today they're actually core business analysts. Okay, so it's important that you understand this. Now, if you're also looking for a career path without anything technical, in fact, we call these guys the no-code area in tech. That's the business analyst. the no-code area in tech. That's agile project managers rather. You should be looking towards this direction. So these are simply people that serve as leaders and coach within a project management team, making sure that people are working with agile methods. Okay, so if you've had any leadership role before, if you serve as a coach, if you serve as a leader, it means that you can actually prosper in this career path because your own needed skill is how do you make people to work using the laid down rules. And that's simply what agile project managers are responsible for. So you're going to be learning how to use Confluence, Jira, and of course Trello to propel these exact aspects. Now, next one is to have data engineers. So these guys are like, in construction companies where we have plumbers, they build a pipeline to make sure that data flows seamlessly within the company. That is what data engineers are responsible for. So they are heavy on coding. So if you want to go to a career path where you are going to be heavily coding dependent, you're looking towards data engineering. They, scrape data from websites, pass it through the integrated development environment, IDE, and then load a database. Okay, so you're going to be learning SQL, Python, PySpark, Apache Spark, cloud engineering. That's AWS, Azure, and also GitHub, GCP. So these people are responsible for the data architecture that you always see, that you don't even see at all because they are behind the scene writing all those coding and bringing it to life. Now, for data scientists, I will explain data science and data analytics together. So when we talk about analytics, there are three different aspects of analytics. One is descriptive, one is diagnostic, and one is predictive. Ignore my handwriting, predictive. Now, descriptive tells you this is what happened. Diagnostic is telling you this is why this happened. Why predictive is telling you this is what is going to happen in the future, right? And what data scientists try to answer is every single question that exists here. That's what data scientists are constantly answering. You can see that the first thing that they are doing is statistics. They're moving to forecasting and predictive analytics, then to Tableau and of course SQL. So the amazing part of data science is that all data scientists can work as data analysts. So these first four things that you're learning here prepares you to also function as a data analyst. Okay, then before you move on to your SQL, Python programming, and of course, machine learning and computer vision, these are now the places that you learn how to build your predictive models, your core data scientist. Okay, but for data analytics, your responsibility is to solve problem. So you're coming into business to look at their problem and then look at the data that they have and find out, oh, this is what happened. This is why it happened. And this is your solution to it. So you are not building any predictive model. Okay, you're not writing as well. Okay, so data science is slightly dependent on coding, slight coding involved, but for data analytics, no code involved as well. So if you are coming from any career path and you are looking to break into tech, most time data analytics will give you that soft landing into tech before you can now start growing towards the other career paths that is also existing there. Okay, now let's look at the other guys who have financial analytics and HR analysts. I'm going to explain these guys together. As the name implies, financial analysts are simply data analysts that specialize in financial data, while HR analysts are simply data analysts that have also specialized in people data. You can see that the first four things that they are also learning, it also prepares them to function as a data analyst. Then from number 5, you're moving towards your accounting fundamentals, your 3 statements of accounting model, income statement, balance sheet, and of course your cash flow. Then financial modeling, valuation, and then sensitivity and scenario analysis. Same thing for the HR. Downwards, you're moving towards your KPI performance evaluation. Okay, attrition metrics. How do you also do your compensation analysis before you now move to your HRMS system and ChatGPT for analytics for both of them? So if you have any career path that you're coming from economics, banking and finance, you work as an investment banker, and looking to get technical skills, you should be looking at financial analytics. And if you're coming from organization management, HR, people, and several operations analysts, you should be looking at HR analytics. Now, cybersecurity. This is very, very important that we all listen at. this point, because these guys somehow they are different. So under cybersecurity, we have different teams that exist. We have the blue team, we have the red team. Blue team is responsible for defense, red team is responsible for attack. Now, when you join the program, you can see that the first thing that I understand is for you to know your principles of information security, which we call the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and of course, availability of data. And then before you move to your risk management. So this place prepares you to be a risk manager. Then you now move from this number 3 downward to prepares you to function as a SOC analyst. Then from open source intelligence gathering, this is where you're now moving towards pen testing to vulnerability and scanning. You're now prepared to function as a pen tester. Then lastly, you have your GRC. Okay, so you can see that cybersecurity has several career paths embedded inside it. And for all these different career paths, all these different learning areas, when you are learning them, you're actually working on real life projects using all those tools. And the catch for cybersecurity is this: after the 6 months classroom learning for cybersecurity, in your own 2 months internship, that is where you can now decide, oh, I want to specialize to become a SOC analyst. Oh, I want to specialize to become a pen tester. Oh, I want to specialize to be a GRC officer. But for that 6 months classroom learning, you are going to be immersed in learning every single one of them. Okay, you can see that this cybersecurity somehow is different. But for every career path, it is also for the same 6 months classroom learning with analytics and then 2 months internship experience with Amdari. So this gives you the unique opportunity to have 2 leading tech companies on your CV. You can always mention, oh, while I was consulting with analytics, I did this. Oh, while I was interning with Amdari, I did that. And your classes for all these different career paths I've mentioned is on Saturdays alone. Okay, we have morning class and then we have the evening class. Morning class starts by 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. The evening class is by 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. It can only be in one. So I expect you to choose the one that works for you and be there. If you are in Europe or Africa, the morning class is more suitable because of the time zone. If you are in North America, Canada, US, Australia, or thereabouts, the evening class will be more suitable for you. And the class is just on Saturdays alone. Then on Thursdays, that's when we have these different mentorship sessions where we handle those different packaging, your CV optimization, other ones. Now, we have it in phases. This week, we may be having it by 10 p.m. West African time. Next week, we will be having it by 8 p.m. MST. So this is to cater for the different time zones of people that's also joining the program. And of course, all these sessions are recorded. Okay, because as an adult, there's going to be instances where you're going to miss classes because maybe you had personal things to do, maybe you had family emergency, maybe you had extra shifts to make more money. So all the sessions are recorded and they are provided to you. So when you come to class or when you miss a class, you go through the recorded version. After going through it, you have a question. You come to the closed community, you ask a question. During the week also, Monday to Friday, you have the opportunity to book a personal revision class with your facilitator, and it's going to be there to solve your problem. So you see that we do 4-factor authentication: the actual classes, the recorded version, the WhatsApp community for you to ask questions, and then revision class that you have from Monday to Friday. From now, you can book any time slot that also works for you. So all these things are what we are doing to make sure that you learn the skill itself. Okay, now let me move to DevOps. So these guys are responsible for bridging the gap between software development and IT operations. So if you see a never-ending loop like this, hope I can draw it correctly. Yeah, this is DevOps. So it simply means development and operations. So they're responsible for the software development and also responsible for the IT operations. You can see that the first thing they're going to understand is fundamentals of DevOps as well as your Linux essentials. So you're now moving to your CI/CD foundations, and then you're now moving to your infrastructure and code and monitoring. So it means that they are building this from the beginning, and they also involved in monitoring and deploying, and also the use of all those tools by operations team. So they serve as the bridge between software, development and IT operation. So if you're someone that have a knack for coding or you have development experience, you should be looking towards software DevOps engineering. Now, for DevOps engineering, the class for January is only one. It's by 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. Every other details, like I mentioned before, is remains the same. It is 8 months, 6 months classroom learning, and then 2 months internship. But the class one is only 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now, for product design, these guys are also responsible for bridging the gap between human need and successful products. So they build the skeletal version of products before the software developers can code it into life. So if you are someone that you can visually communicate, you should be looking toward product design, which means maybe you know how to draw, you do makeup. Okay, as a makeup artist, it means that you have visual communication. So the aspect of tech that your skill is tilting towards is actually product design. So don't feel, oh, because I'm an artisan that is doing makeup, I'm a makeup artist, I don't have sex is very important to be a product designer. Okay, so your own pathway is what product design. So the graphic interior designer, architect, civil engineers, people that have product design is your portfolio version of that you need if you are looking to product design as the class alone. Yeah, sorry guys, my screen dropped off for a while. So for product design, like I was saying, the class is for 4 months. Okay, so product design is for 4 months. It's different from the others. It's for 4 months where you learn 3 months in the classroom and then 1 month internship experience. 3 months classroom learning and then 1 month internship experience. And it is also one class that is available on Saturdays as well. So the same structure is also available for every single one of them. All right. Saturday classes, then mentorship sessions during the week to prepare you. And then you have all the recorded version fully accessible to you from the point that you join the classes. So you can't say, oh, because you missed a class, you've missed out. No. The recorded version is there for you. We expect you to go through it and then understand and come back and ask questions. So it's very, very important. So the most important question I want you to be asking right now is, how can I start today? How can I start today? And the amazing thing is that we have our next school starting in 2 weeks' time, January 10th, 2026. Okay, and we have an amazing discount for the people that is going to actually be able to secure their spot. We have an amazing discount for people that are looking to secure their spot. So the full amount for all the courses that is for 8 months is 1,200. Okay, but it is currently discounted to $600, 50% off. Okay, because of the end of the year conversations that were 50% off rather. And then for everyone that's going for product design, Yeah, so sorry, guys. Like I said, my internet is failing me today. I don't know why this is happening, but I'm going to do best to make sure I communicate every single thing that I need to communicate. All right, so like I was saying, the full amount for the entire program is 8,200 for all the courses that we're offering. Okay, aside product design, but we have a 50% discount currently existing, which means you get Secure Your Sports for just 600. Okay, and you don't have to pay it one off. You can pay it in installments. Okay, 150 this December, 150 in January, 150 in February, 150 in March. You do not have to pay it all at once. And these are things that we are doing to find a way to make it easy for people to actually be able to secure their spot. Okay, so I'm going to walk us through how we can actually go about with this. So I'm going to share my screen so that I can actually see. So once you click on the link that my colleagues are dropping in the comment section, it is going to bring you to this page. Okay, so once you click on that link, it's going to bring you to this page. Um, can anyone see my screen? I don't think my screen is visible yet. Can anyone see my screen, please, guys? Can anyone see my screen? Can anyone see my screen? Okay, I don't think, no. All right, okay, just 1 second. 1 second so that I can bring back the screen. All right, 1 second. My screen should be back up in the next minute. 1 second, guys. So, guys, my screen is coming up, and I'm going to try and show us before we round up for today. So, this is the last hit before we all can go about securing our spot. So, once you click on the link, it's going to bring you to this page. Just 1 minute. Let me connect again. One minute. For some reasons, I don't know why this is happening today, but we must overcome. Okay, we must overcome. Now, these are challenges that happen sometimes when you're also looking to do some of these activities, and they're going to say, "Oh, when I have better this, I'm going to start. When I have this, I'm going to start." But then those better times may not actually come, which is what I was trying to communicate at the beginning. That the best time to do every single one of these things that we're talking about is always right now. Now is the best time because you may not actually be able to get that opportunity again. So what pay as little as 150? Okay, yes, Lydia. All right, so my screen should be up so that we can have access to this. All right. Okay, I think I'm back. Please let's confirm when we can see my screen. Let's confirm when we can see my screen. Can we see it now? Please let's confirm if we can see the screen now. Okay, it should be visible. So once we click on the link that my colleagues are dropping right there, it is going to bring you to this page that we are on right now. Okay, Nancy, please check right now. It should be visible right now. Okay, once you click on it, it's going to bring you to this page. Okay, that's the 10 Analytics course catalog. So what we expect from you is to scroll down and look for the program that you want to go for. Right, scroll down and look for the program that you want to go for. For instance, I want to go for data analytics. Okay, so let me look for data analytics. So all I have to do is simply click on buy now. So once I click on buy now, all I have to now do is it's going to load and take me to the next page where I can select how I want it to go. Okay. So I've clicked on buy now, just 1 second, and it's going to take me to the next page. Okay. Just 1 second, guys. All right. I need that voice. All right, please let's confirm we can still see my screen. Let's confirm that we all can still see my screen. Can we see my screen? Can we all see my screen, please, so that I'm sure what I'm communicating? All right, so once you click on the buy now, it's going to bring you to this page. So all you have to do is simply go to enroll now. Okay, so when you click on enroll now, you are going to now be asked to provide and register to join. Okay, so once I click on enroll now, I can see that next thing I need to do is simply for me to register on the platform. All right, so it is scrolling. So right here, I'll simply put my full name, which is Chukwemeka Eba, and then my email address. So use your valid email address, please, because you're going to be sent a code. But for me, I'm going to use this, my temporary email address. But please ensure you use your own valid email. So for this, I'm going to put it right here and then put my phone number as well. Then once you are done with that, please simply validate and check this box after you've read the terms and condition. Okay, and then click on create an account. So once you click on create an account, it's going to create an account and tell you whether it is successful or not. So it's going to create an account and tell you if it is successful or if it is not successful. So you can see, what is it telling me? The email has already been used. Okay, this email has already been used. Fantastic. So I need to generate a new email address. So let me generate a new email address so I can actually be able to demonstrate what I'm about to show. Just 1 second. Let me generate a new temporary email address. Just 1 second. All right, it is generating that for me. Okay, this is still the same email address. This is still the same email address. Okay, so let me use a different browser to get it. All right, 1 second, guys. But for you, please make sure that you use your actual email address so that you should not have this issue that we are currently having right now. Okay, make sure you use your actual email address. All right, so right here, let me try and get an email address that I'm going to use for this account creation. Where is this guy taking me to? 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. We must overcome any challenges you have been tell them mail.org. Exactly. Okay, let's go back to create that email address. All right, temporary email.mail.org. So what I'm doing, this is not your own. Okay, this is fully for my own consumption so that I can get a specific email that I can use for this explanation. All right. So this is for me, not for you. All right. So once you've gotten your own email address, all you have to now simply do is take it and put in the place that you're creating your own account. Remember what I said earlier? Simply fill these details. Oh my God. Why is this happening? Can we all still hear me? Can we all still hear me? Can we all still hear me? For some reason. All right, so see what's going to happen now. I'm going to demonstrate this using this iPad right now. Okay, so 1 second, guys. Let me start afresh to demonstrate this for everybody on the call now. Okay, let me start afresh. Demonstrate this for everybody on the call now. All right, please let's confirm we can see my screen here. So once you click on the link that my colleagues have created right now, it's going to bring you to this page. Okay, so all you have to simply do is to go to this link and it's going to bring you here. So go to the courses, right? Once you've gotten to the courses, look for the course that you want to go for. For data analytics, let's click on buy now. So once you click on buy now, all you have to now do is simply click on enroll now. Once you've clicked on enroll now, the only option you now have is to put your name, email address, and then be able to go for it. So for full name, let me use Ekba C. Chuk. Okay, Ekba Chuk. Email address, let me use this. All right. And then phone number, put your phone number as well. Then validate and check this box and simply create an account. So once you've done this, it's going to create an account for you. This email has been used as well. For some reason, I've used all my email addresses for this demo. Just 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right, so let me use this email address to create this. All right, and then click on create an account. All right, so it has created an account for us. So all you have to do at this point is simply scroll down and look for the program that you want to go for. Okay, look for the month that you want to start rather. For instance, I want to start in January or I want to start in February. This is where you decide when you want to start. So if you want to register now and start in February, select the February option. But I'll advise you to go for the January option. So simply click on January and then scroll down. So you can see here, you can now decide if you want to make full payments, if you want to pay in 2 installments, or if you want to pay in 3 installments or 4 installments, anyone that works for you. So let's go for the 4 monthly installmental plan, and then click on apply discounts. So once you do that and click on apply discount, it's going to apply that discount and then bring up the summary for you. You can see discount applied, and you're seeing your final page for you to confirm. So what you now need to do at this page is for you to validate that these details are correct. So first thing is you can see the first name is Ekbachu, study vans, by phone number, country, and several other ones. So all you have to now do at this stage is to decide when do you want your second payment to go out. So you can see that first payment is going out today. Next payment is going out January 27th. The other one is going out February 26th. And the last one, March 28th. So all you have to now decide is, when do I want this payment to go? So if you want to change it, for instance, you want your payment to be going up maybe on the 2nd or 3rd of the month, simply click on edit date. So once you click on edit date, you can change your payments timeline. Let's say I want to be making payments every 4th of the month, and simply click on save. You can see that it has changed. That my first payment is now December 27th. My second payment is now January 4th. Third payment February 3rd, and then last payment March 5th. So this is how you can easily be able to structure your own payments. So once you've done that, simply confirm that your information is correct and that you've read the terms and conditions, and then click on pay now. So when you click on pay now, it is now going to bring out the option for you to complete your payments using your credit or debit card. So you can see right here, I can now decide to pay with my debit card. So let me use this demo account, 6464 6464. Okay, so after this, you now put your normal, okay, sorry about that, 42424242424242. Okay, and then put your own expiry dates, your CVC. I mean, you do not have to copy this because it's not going to work for you. So once you've done that, simply click on that, the name Ekba that I used earlier, Ekba Chu, and then pay. So once you are done making that payment, it's going to tell you whether it is successful or whether it is not successful. You can see that my own payment has been confirmed successful and everything is right here. So all you have to now do at this stage is simply click on go to dashboard. So when you click on go to dashboard, it's going to bring you to the LMS. All right. So in the LMS, for you to have access, you need to verify your email. So remember that we're going to send a code to the email that you're going to use to create the account. So in my own email, the code is simply 184069. And then verify my email. So once I'm done with this verification, all that is going to happen to me right now is for me to now have access to the LMS and be able to update my details. So you can see your country of residence. I'm going to answer my country of residence. So just put in your country of residence right here, United Kingdom, your gender, I am a male, your preferred time. Are you going for the morning class or for the evening class? I want to go for the morning class. How did you find out about analytics? Also, feel free to tell us how you found out about us. If you have an alternate email address I want to provide, very, very important, you can put it here and then what made you register and also your referral details. So all this is very important for you to complete your setup. So once you have done that, you have access to the LMS immediately. So inside here, the only thing that you now need to do is for you to take the checklist, for you to complete your checklist, for us to know that you are ready to start classes. Watch the welcome video, understand the class etiquette and how to communicate, download and install the required tools, and then you also get to meet with your class coordinators and facilitators, and also complete the readiness quiz. So once you are done with this, instantly you will have access to everything that we have for you. I hope that is very clear for us. I hope we got that. I think someone's hand is up. So please, if you have questions, feel free to use the raise hand icon and we're going to answer it for you. Del, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, assuming I already have a background in DevOps engineer, and at the moment I'm doing the cybersecurity. I was hoping that we have another, I mean, role that it's called DevSecOps engineer. The DevSecOps engineer combines the DevOps and the cybersecurity aspect together, trying to bridge that gap. Or when you are preparing or when you are building your CI/CD, you embed security aspect into the pipeline. So I was hoping that maybe it was part of the cybersecurity, because initially I saw something of that sort, but I realized it's not part of the course at the moment. So now that we are trying to initiate a new program like the DevOps engineer, is this something I can take that opportunity? I don't know whether it's something that we are considering, or I just want to find out if there's
All
something
right. I think I understand you. So right now, Dell, you are currently in the cybersecurity program, right?
yeah.
Okay. And you actually do want to get into DevOps also, right?
Yeah. I already have the background, so yes, I want to
All right.
just tap.
So
Yeah,
what I advise you to look at, yeah. So what I advise you to do, Dell, is to finish the cybersecurity, and then if you want to move to DevOps, you can now get into DevOps. It's just like what is happening with the health informatics, and someone is trying to get into clinical analytics. So whenever we have a combination of a different career path and another different career path, the easiest way to be able to get into that space is to finish one and then come for the other. So if you try to merge both of them together at the same time, you're going to be choked up. Okay, so our advice to finish up with the, for instance, I think maybe we are sitting towards SOC, okay, DevSecOps, okay, because it's the security aspects of software development that integrates with IT operations. All right. But for you to be able to be very, very perfect in that career path, you need to understand SOC on its own, that security operations analyst. You
I don't
understand
want to
SOC.
cut you. I don't think it's the SOC aspect. Is the security. We have some security tools that you have to embed into the pipeline. Already, I have the background in the DevSecOps, so
Okay.
uh, initially I was thinking maybe the cybersecurity, the DevSecOps is also part of
All right.
the cybersecurity aspect, but I realize
All
it's
right.
not something.
Can you see my screen there?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah,
So for DevOps on its own, you can see this last part of where you're going to be handling, which is DevSecOps, fully as a whole here.
yeah.
So if that's the career path you are looking for, it is inside DevOps on its own. All right. It is a standalone in DevOps. You can see that there are different layers of things that have to pass through in DevOps. Your fundamentals, your Linux, your CI/CD, your containerization, Kubernetes infrastructure as a code, and then your DevSecOps. So it's a standalone program that you're also going to pass through. I don't know if that makes sense to you now.
Yeah. But that very particular course is part of cybersecurity because it's also another aspect of cybersecurity. But if you want to
Okay. So,
dive, can I go
Del,
ahead?
see, let me clarify.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I understand your question,
Yeah.
but I'm
So
trying to explain
since
something
if
to you.
it is
Just
something
listen.
that we are going to do with the DevOps engineer, with the DevSecOps, is it something I can consider? Then maybe I only need the maybe the pen testing because some of the companies, if you want to go into penetration DevSecOps with your background or your expert in the DevOps engineer, they would like you to have like a pen testing, experience so that you can be doing the application testing and everything. So that is why I'm asking if it is something
Yeah.
that maybe I can switch and go into the DevOps.
Okay. So for here in analytics, we don't break programs into two. That's what I was trying to explain to you that the easiest way to go about it is to approach one, finish one, and then go for the other. For instance, what you need from cybersecurity is pen testing. What you need from DevOps is DevSecOps. So we can't bring this one here and bring that one here because the program runs on a stretch for each cohort. So that's what I was trying to communicate to you that the best thing you can do is if what you are looking for in cybersecurity is pen testing, you have to go for cybersecurity, finish it, and then come for what is inside DevOps. It's just like saying that you want to be a barrister and you want to be a lawyer. You can't and then come back and maybe you want to be a barrister and you want to be a medical doctor rather, and then maybe start going to your medical school and thereabout. So both of them are different, even though it's interwoven. It's just like in business, there's what we call business accounting. Because I want to be a business manager and I need experience from that accounting. So I'm not going to go, okay, bring accounting from here, that's creative accounting and give me, and then behavioral economics and give me. Okay, no, it's not, it doesn't function that way. So it's when you are done with one, can now move to the other. Okay, so we don't break on as well before I drop it. We don't break into two different career paths. Okay. Yeah, Lasana, please go ahead with your question. Lasana Kone, please, I've asked you to unmute. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, good afternoon from my end. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm
Hello?
struggling to hear you, Lasana. Yeah, I can hear you now. Please go ahead. Are you using any external device to speak?
Yeah, that's me trouble. That.
Yeah,
Can you hear me? Hello?
yeah, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon from my end, okay?
Yeah, good
So
afternoon.
thank you for the information provided. I just joined very late, but however, I attended the last event, which was I think last week. Yeah. So there was a couple of information share and I had series of concern, but there was not enough time. So the presenter did recommended that I should seek a one-to-one, I think, consultation or something. So someone called me and we talked a bit. So my concern was actually currently I'm a cybersecurity student and I'm not too into data analytics, but then I have several skills in the cybersecurity fields. So I never wanted to go through that introductory portion of your program you are having, right? And I really want to take part because of the job. So I did ask him if I could just skip the introductory part and just go straight into project. But he recommended that I can only get into co-op and probably they prepare me for a job and I start from there. But he promised to reach back to me, but he haven't reached back to me, and I don't know how the deadline are left because you're supposed to start on January 10th. So that's my concern. I don't know what to do.
Sorry, Lasana, the concern, is it
Yeah.
the deadline, or you want to be able to just have only the project without having the introductory aspect?
Um, yes, I want to have the project, but I don't want to go through the introductory portion of the program. And the duration of I think 6 months, 8 months is like too long for me. That's why.
All right, yeah, I understand you clearly. So for us here also, because those projects are embedded inside the classes itself. For instance, if you're doing something that is around networks, okay, you're doing something around network, you are using Cisco Packet Tracer to work on a project. So it means that for you to actually be able to benefit from the project, you have to pass through the classes also. So the way we have all those classes aligned in all those key learning points, that is how the projects are also aligned. So each key learning area has its own projects. And it's when they get into it that the project is going to be handled. For instance, if they're doing something around Nmap, okay, it is when they get to Nmap, they're going to use maybe Nmap to do vulnerability analysis. All right. So they can't say, okay, let's just finish all this and move towards that. No. So each key learning area has its own practical. So which means you have to follow it sequentially for you to get the practical. It's not like we are doing theoretical first and then we are moving to practical last. No. So from the moment you're joining the class, you are walking into practical classes also. Does that make sense to you now, Lasana?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it will be hard for us to separate it for you because they move hand in hand. Sorry, go ahead.
So do you have like a co-op program like that I could just attend the co-op? Let's say
Okay, you
internship.
can. Okay, so for internship, of course, we can refer you to Amdari. So Amdari is a different company on its own where you move to Amdari to work on projects. But the catch there is that Amdari is not going to teach you how to use tools. Right? So Amdari is not coming to teach you how to use tools. They're providing you with projects and internship opportunities for you to leverage and work on. So Ten Analytics teaches you how to use every single one of those tools, how to use Nmap, how to use Cisco Packet Tracer, how to use Splunk, all those different tools that cybersecurity guys have. But if you decide that it's internship that you want to go into, they are not going to teach you from the scratch how to use the tools. It is now providing you projects and supporting with the projects. Okay, so if you know how to use the tools already, I'll advise you go to for the internship straight. Okay, if you know how to use the tools, you can move to the internship straight. But if you don't know how to use the tools yet, I would advise that you go through the learning process to learn how to use the tools. Okay, now I know many times because you are seeing 6 months, 8 months, you feel, oh, it's a long time, Lasana. Okay, some people 2 months into the program, they're able to land jobs. 3 months into the program, they're able to land jobs. Okay, so you don't have to wait till the ending 6 months before you start applying to jobs. No. So after 2 months, we are going to work on your CV. And the expectation at that level is that this Lasana is expected to start applying to a job 2 months into that program. Does that make sense to you now, Lasana?
Yeah. So I think last question. So like tools like Packet Tracer and Nmap. So if I'm able to like provide you like probably document or maybe certification that I can use those tools. Is it like a transfer credit like you just pass me through, or I have to just pass through your normal classes?
Okay, so Lasana, no, it's a decision that you have to make on your own. If you can use it, I can use Cisco Packet Tracer, use Nmap, use all those tools. All you can do is
Yeah.
simply to direct you to Amdari. And what you have to now do is to
Okay.
register with Amdari. and then do internship with them. So we don't have to validate your certificate and that, but with them, they are going to now ask you questions, find out if you have those tools, understanding, before they can now let you into their own cohorts. All right. So I've taken down your name,
Okay.
So after this, did you fill the attendance form, Lasana?
Not today,
Okay, before now.
but
All right, I'll follow up
last
with
week I
them
did.
to see. All right, I'll follow up with our guys to make sure that someone from Amdari will be in touch with you. Okay.
So do you do like direct interview preparation?
Sorry, come again.
Like, do you guys do like direct interview preparation without going through all of this process? Take for
Okay,
example,
so what you have
take for example, like I have an interview coming shortly, so I don't know if you guys can help with quick preparation, something like that.
okay. Of course, we can help you with all those things, Lasana, but we can't help you from
Okay.
outside. All right, we can't help you from outside. So either Analytics or Amdari can help prepare you for interview. But for that to happen, you have to be a registered student with any of them. So for Analytics, you're
Oh,
registering to
okay.
be a student. For Amdari, you're registering to be an intern, to now intern and work on several other projects. Okay, so they can help you with your CV, interview prep, and all those other things, but you have to be a registered student. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
So,
so
last
China,
question, sorry.
okay, go ahead, Lasana.
What's the total cost of the cybersecurity program in Canadian dollars?
Okay, the total cost in Canadian dollars, let me bring up my screen again, is $600 USD. So for card, let me be sure what it is saying as of today. But we are not in control of the card, the currency equivalent to Asana. All right, we are not in control of that. It depends on what the rates are saying at that very moment, which is why we are always hinging on 600 USD as at now. Okay, so what I advise you to do is when you click on the, where are you joining us from, Lasana?
I'm in Toronto.
All right, fantastic. So when you click on the site, it's going to give you the pricing in Canadian dollars, right? It is going to give you the pricing in Canadian dollars. So I advise you to click on the link and try to register for cybersecurity. You're going to see the pricing in card. So it's going to take your exact location and give you the equivalent as at that very moment. Okay.
Okay, so taking this program after completion, would I need to register for cohort program again?
No. So what you're registering for right now is combining both the technical and the employability services, which includes teaching
All right, all
you,
right, all right.
building your CV, interview prep, all those other things. They are all together. So it's not different.
Okay, so I wouldn't need extra payment for your partner program, right? For your partner company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right.
All right,
I'm
cool.
going to follow up with you after this.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I think there's a different hand. Okay, so the person has dropped their hand. Let me see if there are any question in the comments. Please, how do we mark attendance? Okay, Tiana, okay, my colleagues have dropped it for you again. Do we have any other question from anybody? I can't see another question in the comment section. If you have any question, please feel free to use the raise hand icon, or please drop your question in the comment section and I'm going to pick it from there and answer it for you. Dell, your hand is up again. Is that the old hand or a new one? Dell, are you there? Okay, Dami, please go ahead. I've asked you to unmute, Dami.
Hello, can you hear me? Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm all right. How about you? I'm
I'm very
having
well, thank
headache
you.
today. I don't know what's wrong.
It's all good. I wanted to ask a question. I think you said it already, which is why I put my hand down when you said you and Amdari are two different companies. You're not the same, right? Because
Yes, please.
I first of all signed up with Amdari and I got like halfway, but then I had to stop because of personal situations. And then I'm now ready to come back. And I've just found out about you. So I'm just thinking, okay, do I go back to Amdari or should I continue with you guys? Because you guys seem just as good. So I'm just thinking, what should I do? You guys are not the
Yeah.
same company, are you?
Okay, no, we're not the same. So that means
Yeah,
it's dependent on the stage you are right now
Yes,
with regards
okay.
to your career path. For instance, let's assume if you're looking to become a data analyst, as an example,
Yes.
if you have understanding of Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tablet, if you already know those tools
Yes.
and you want to now continuously work on projects to have a massive portfolio,
Yes.
then you should move to Amdari. They're going to help you with working on multiple projects that's going to help you boost your portfolio.
Okay.
But if you do not have the knowledge of the tools yet, which means you don't know how to use Power BI, you don't know how to use Tablet, you don't know how to use SQL, you don't know how to use any of those things yet, we are the first starting point. So we teach you how to use every single one of them before you now move to internship to now learn how do you use those tools to now continuously work on projects. So that is going to provide you with projects and work experience for you to have. But we are going to teach you how to use those tools on the job. I don't know if you see the difference now.
Yes, I get it. Understand. Okay, that's better. That's no problem. So I might just have to start with you guys and then move over to Amdari after.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said last. What stage are you right now? Are you still trying to learn or you're trying to work on projects?
I'm still trying to learn. I think I was at the point of learning Power BI. I've learned Excel. I've completed that one. And now I'm learning Power BI. And I still need to learn SQL.
Yeah. So we are your first starting point, actually. So you should register with analytics, learn the skills, and then because we have the partnership with them, if you register with us, in the end, you're also moving to them to have an internship experience. Okay, but if you go to Amdari Direct, that means you already have a skill knowledge and you just want to build up your progress. So your first starting point should be here, Dami.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay, thank you. All right, you're welcome. I think there are some questions in the comment section. Let me try and look through. Please, if you drop the question before, I may not be able to see it. Which course is best to get visa sponsorship in the United Kingdom? Does the payments cover the two companies? Okay, I'll start from the last chain. The payments covers for the two companies. All right, so the payments I'm making to Ten Analytics covers for the two companies because we are already in partnership with them. But if you are going to them directly, the payments you're making to them is just for them. It doesn't link to us. I don't know if you understand that first part. Now, for the course that's going to help you get visa sponsorship, if you listen first time when I was speaking, I said that those 10 courses that we selected met the criteria for RQF of level 6. And if you're presently in the UK, notice that we've moved from above RQF of level 3 to RQF of level 6. So every single one of them can help you get visa sponsorship. The question now is, which one can you learn faster and be able to build experience faster in that space? Okay. For instance, if you are a fast learner with regards to business analysis, then you should move towards that part. And that's where finding where you have transferable skills come in. Okay. So if you take the quiz, you realize that, oh, I have transferable skills towards data analytics or towards business analysis, which means it will be easier for you to transition through that pathway. But for every single one of those 10 courses, they all met the criteria of RQF of level 6, which can give you visa sponsorship. I hope that answers your question, Chini. Okay, please, can I get the recording? Samsung, of course, please fill the attendance form, and then we're going to share the recording with you. I can't see any other hand raised. I can't see any other hand raised. So thank you all so much. Please remember, how do I get back on the onboarding page, Nancy? All right, Nancy, do you want to unmute and speak? Because I'm not following. Have you already registered and you are in the LMS already, and you are now looking to complete your onboarding checklist? Is that the question? Are you there? I can't. Oh, she can't unmute. I'm struggling. Okay, so if you are on the LMS already, so all you have to now do is simply log in. Once you log back in, you're going to bring out that onboarding checklist for you. Okay, so just log in this time around. When you get to the LMS, click on login and then put your details and log in. So all you have to now do at that stage is just for you to complete those onboarding checklists. Okay. And also, Nancy, if you've registered and you're having challenges, please also feel free to reach out to our support. We're going to always be there to assist. You can use Google Sheets for the Excel work instead of paying for Microsoft package. Fantastic question, Samsung. Now, the truth is, we use Excel for you to be able to understand the full deal. Okay, so it's important that if you're looking to break into tech, that you have Excel. Okay, so whether you dodge it at this stage, you're still going to get to the stage where you may have need for it, unless your company is strictly using Google GCP, that's Google accounts for everybody. Okay, but if you are just trying to avoid installing a Microsoft package, you will not run away from it. Okay, so it's important that you put Excel in your device and also be able to have access to it. Okay, so I wouldn't advise you to learn using Google Sheet because Google Sheet has some limitations with regards to when you want to go to a different. There are some things you can do in Excel that I can't do on Google Sheet as at now. Okay, there are some things you can do in Excel that I can do on Google Sheet, which is why we are using Google. We are using Excel. Okay, so I'll advise you to get Excel because you can't really run away from it. Nancy, your system crashed. Okay, Nancy, Nancy, what you want to do for me, right? Please message us directly because the chatting conversation is not really entering and I'm struggling to understand. I think you started from, you want to get back to the onboarding page and then your system crashed and all. Okay, please just message us, admissions@stenanalytics.io, and someone will be there to assist you with any challenge that you're having. Okay, please, admissions@stenanalytics.io, and someone will be there to assist you. All right? Thank you so much. I can't see any hand raised anymore. Can you complete or subsidize or preferably I pay online, Samsung? Okay, Samsung, we can't subsidize. All right, we're not in collaboration with Microsoft with regards to all those things because some people already have it in their own devices. What we do is we're going to walk you through how to install it on your device. Okay, we are going to teach you how to install Excel on your device when you join the program. It's part of what the packages entail. Okay, we'll teach you how to install it on your device. Okay, I hope that answers it. So every single tool that you need for the training, we are going to teach you how to install every single one of them. We are going to teach you how to install every single one of them. And to be honest, it's preferable for us to use Windows device. If you're using a Windows device, for all the tools that you are going to be needing, you are not going to be paying for it. So unless you are using a Mac operating system, that is when you're going to be making payments for some of these tools, which is why I always advise people to use a Windows device because for most of the tools that you need in the tech space is entirely free. I hope that answers your question, Samsung. Okay, no other question on the comment section, no other hand raised. So thank you all so much. I've installed every installment needed though. All right, thank you all so much. Remember what I said earlier, this discount is just for the next couple of days. All right, once we are moving away from 31st, the price goes back to 8,200. It's going to be a miracle for you to see the program at this very amount again. So I advise you to try and secure your spot as fast as possible now, because once things shift, the price is also going to shift. Okay, so thank you all so much for listening to us for the last 2 hours, 10 minutes. It's really an honor for you to be here listening to this. Remember, if you're looking to make your 2026 to be a great one, there has to be changes. Okay, if you are still looking to play it the way you play 2025, it is not going to work. If you are going to start saying, oh, I don't have time, oh, I don't have device, oh, I don't have money, you are simply repackaging your excuses. And excuses is not going to help you to get a different result. You have to attack it heads on and find a solution to it. And we are right here to assist you with any of those career transition that you want to have. Thank you all so much. On behalf of our founder, Adeza Suleiman, and also co-founder, Efemina Ipro, I say a very big thank you to every single one of you for listening to us for the last couple of minutes. And to my colleagues on the call that also made this to be a success, thank you all so much. And I'll see each and every one of you come January 10th when the cohort starts. Cheers, everyone, and have a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, or wonderful night's rest, depending on where you are joining us from. Cheers, guys, and bye for now.